I haven't got any circus skills at all. I can't juggle, I can't throw the knife at the lady, I can't tame the lion, and I can't crack the whip or jump into the small bucket. Can't do any of those things.
The thing that excites me about performing is that it's a release of any tensions that you might have inside you.
Ooh. I'm not sure whether it does excite me anymore, it's just the money.
It does me. The thing that excites me about performing really is the fact that you're doing something good, you're making people laugh.
Except the ones that walk off.
Except the ones that walk off, and, you know.
It's a kind of two-way thing, seeing people enjoy and just connecting with them, you know what I mean? I kind of like that about it, really.
You've got to communicate with the audience, but not to look at them, because you are apart from them, and it will break the illusion.
I normally try and interact with an audience, but with 800 it becomes really difficult. But I actually think I managed. And that's an amazing feeling to just see that you're making an impact.
Like I was doing a job in Brighton recently, and then had a real buzz about it. And then I was in Suffolk or somewhere like that, doing an agricultural show, and people had come to look at the cows.
I had to stand on one leg and do a raspberry, go arse over, what's it, in front of 250 people. And I bonked my head. I thought it was a goner. And I heard them, as I hit the floor, go, and it was weird because it took off. I just flew. And I was just so embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm fine, just get back on, I'm fine.
We spent a huge amount of time when we were on the road exercising. We would stay up all night long practicing our handstands. We used to spend hours balancing and tumbling and helping each other learn tricks and use our bicycles, that sort of thing.
I can do nothing like that. I can't even juggle.
Well, can I? I juggle with two things, but not with three.
That's not really juggling, is it?
No, it's chucking stuff up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from doing a bit of stretching, a bit of yoga, trying to get my foot behind my neck and stuff like that, you know, just to kind of loosen the old gizzard areas. Everyone used to get down and do bang out 20, drop and give me 20. So we used to do that. And then all stick our knuckles together like loads of bravado-y kind of, you know, blokey business, and put your knuckles together, you know, things like that, really, yeah.
You need to warm all those areas up, your body, and then moving on to your voice. And I start to hum, a kind of there's opening your voice and going, you know,
many men, many men, many men, men, many men, many men, many men, men.
In tooting two tutors astute, try to toot to a duke on a flute.
Paba à moi, tadala rigor.
That kind of thing, you know, it's all kind of croaking out. But it opens up your voice, it relaxes and strengthens your vocal cords, it warms everything up.
I don't find the clowns funny. I do begrudge them coming on. I find it quite insulting.
No, what I enjoy about clowns, I think they're very talented actually, because when clowns get together at the circus, they can do things that are very funny, like they can throw custard pies at each other and things in a very funny way to make a lot of people laugh, and you have to be very talented to be able to do that. You have to be an entertainer.
No, oh my goodness, no way. They're so horrible. They're really frightening, and I think a lot of people are scared of clowns.
And they're very funny, actually.
If it's badly done, it can be very sad.
Oh, it's totally embarrassing. Yeah, I don't like clowns.
It doesn't work out. You feel pity for them, and that's so awful.
Clowns are creepy, aren't they? They're not funny at all. They're just weird.
don't look like they're happy. You know, the way they're painted smiles and their hair. And I don't like the music, that that horrible roundabout music with, clowns aren't not my...
Slapstick just isn't funny, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? A car falling apart and somebody falling over. It's like...
The one I first saw when I was a little kid was called Doodles. Yes, I like the clowns. I like slapstick.
One of the things we least like about what we do is
working with each other.
Working with each other.
Yeah.
You're constantly having to travel with each other, work with each other, be creative.
Do interviews.
Do everything together.
If there aren't a few butterflies around in the tummy before you go on stage, you're probably not going to give a good performance. You've got to be keyed up.
You'd think after all this time I wouldn't, but yes, I still do. I still freak out and panic and fear, the audience reaction to me, and then I get over it.
You feel sick sometimes. But as soon as I go on stage, I think, well, this is it. I can't turn back now. I'm on. Oh, God, here comes the light. The light's going up. Inside, the real me is saying, oh, my God. Here we go. Why am I doing this? I love it when I'm doing it. I know I love it when I'm doing it, but why am I doing it? I'm glad I didn't have too much to eat.
We did a show a couple of years ago, and 8,000 kids saw it in a week. We had about 1,000 kids per performance. And the kids were like, they were 8 or 9, screaming blue murder. Oh, I've never been so scared in all my life. I must be stupid. And you get out there, and you look out and you think, they're just loving it. And they're completely engrossed in what you're doing.
It's knowing that whatever I take on to perform in front of the audience, actually, it comes through me. It's something that I take on, and it just kaboom.
Every time I went on, I could just feel the people laughing at me. It was fantastic. That gives me such a buzz. Such a hell of a buzz.
We turned down Freddie Starr, didn't we?
We turned down Freddie Starr.
Freddie Starr couldn't pay enough for us.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of our career, I think.
That was the
Really
highlight of our career, turning down Freddie Starr.
That's something I hadn't really considered, appearing on television. But if the chance came, yes. Yes, it would be a new dimension.
I am scared of heights a bit. I think I could get over it though.
The circus is, it's a bit boring, isn't it, really?
The best effective medicine is... I have no idea.
You see, I've had a lot of things wrong with me. I mean, I'm always going to the doctors, and you get there and you find out, there's queues to wait all the time, isn't there? Most of the time, and then, doctors a lot of the time waiting in queues, and, most of the time you spend most of your time in the doctors waiting, don't you?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm one of these. I go to the doctor when it's generally necessary. I mean, I ain't one of these goes for every pill, potion and tablet that there is. If I know what's the matter with me, I expect the doctor to do something about it. I won't be fobbed off by them.
Doctors have always scared me because when I was born I nearly died. I have 50% chance of living when I was born, and was in a little incubator, and all my eyes were covered and I was yellow, which was awful.
I rarely go to the doctor. The last time I did go, he thought I'd died because I hadn't been for such a long time.
Doctors and I are great friends. I owe a lot to doctors. They've kept me alive. I've seen a lot of them. They've come, they've prodded me from top to bottom, in and out, every end, every part of my body. And they cut me open, stitched me up, and did a pretty good job on me all over.
I'm the kind of person that's sort of a bit of a hypochondriac, and if I get a little sort of nagging pain or something, I automatically think it's something really serious. But then I never go to the doctor,
And
really.
you never shut up about it either.
I know, it's just kind of like typical bloke, I suppose, where...
It's not.
Should we rave about it now?
Well, it's these heart palpitations I get. You see, you never know when they're going to come, and they just... You got your heart jumping about all over the place.
Can't do with sputum, and I can't do very much with feet. I can't do anything with anybody's feet. I can't have all on doing anything with my own, and sputum really makes my stomach turn over. You know. I don't mind vomit.
I developed a funny lockjaw. You know, the dribble was coming out the side of my mouth. I couldn't speak, I couldn't chew. I just wanted to die. Took one look at me and said, "Oh, that's allergic reaction." He gave me my antidote, and immediately my mouth just went back to normal.
That's what I got now. I've got throat swelling now. I've got the tablets for that at the moment as well.
I've took a lot of tablets all my life, about 23,000, and I'm still alive. But at the end of the day, I think without them I'd have been dead.
I once had my head slammed in a door. That was good. I was saying goodbye to my friend, and somebody slammed the door on my head, and it was my birthday, and I had to have 5 stitches in my head, so I've got them as well.
I mean, I could have had a DVT, couldn't I, laid in bed all that time, but I mean, as I said, they gave me an anticoagulant. Anyway, I'm here to tell the story, so there's people worse off than I am, and I can walk about all right.
I remember having a severe cold which didn't shift, and I shared a flat with a couple of vet students who dosed me with Famil syrup, the main active ingredient of which I believe is creosote. So I spent several days smelling like a fence post, but it did the job.
You see, I've had a lot of things wrong with me. There was big problems with my eyes at one stage. I went in about my eyes on a lot of times and had to go to see specialists. And you see that, but what they do is they clamp your head in a big clamp, and they want to bounce things on your eyeballs.
I had an eye operation quite a few years ago. I flew very quickly after I'd had the eye operation.
Well, you can't, I couldn't be doing with that, and so I'm pulling my head out of this clamp all the time.
And it was a real concern. I shouldn't have flown because it put too much pressure behind the eye.
That's another occasion when they told me I could just go on my own way, so I got thrown out of there as well.
I've fallen for a nurse, yeah. I fell for a nurse once. This blonde, beautiful little blonde lady. She was quite nice, she was. Yes. I used to travel to Birmingham to see her on my old motorbike.
I had a blood test the other day, but I do not like needles. I don't like needles at all. I look away when I'm having an injection.
I'm fine with injections into any part of my body, but I won't have them in my mouth. And the reason is that I've
always been completely the opposite. I love injections in my mouth.
Really?
I really quite like them. In fact, the more sort of intrusive the dentistry, the better I like it, really.
Well, I'm not keen on dentists now. I was the last in Britain to be gassed.
They didn't use enough gas, did they?
Yeah, I mean, I did come round. But that's when they first started phasing gas out, because they said gas is too dangerous.
The big black mask. Oh. You can see it coming towards your face, and the smell of the rubber, and having all my bottom teeth filled without anaesthetic. Dentists. Just brutal. Really brutal.
Dr. Bewers, he was very good, that boy. I mean, I think he was the first one that told me, some of the many things that was wrong with me. I had a problem with the inner ear and asthma, what I had for a long time.
Got a small scar on my forehead where a child threw a brick at me. Well, it seemed like a brick at the time, but... And I've got a scar here.
I have no scars whatsoever anywhere. Have I? In fact, you count that as a scar. It's only a little.
Well, it is a scar, yeah.
Well, I don't count it as a scar, so.
Do you not?
No.
I've got a scar on my elbow and a scar on my other elbow and a scar on my knee.
On my face, my legs, my stomach.
And a scar on my other knee, my tongue, my head.
My arms, wrists, hands, everywhere. There is no one part on my body that does not have a scar.
I don't think I've got any other scars. Not physical ones, mental ones, obviously. I've got a lot of them, but you can't see them because they're inside my brain.
I was injured badly once. Somebody kicked me in the forehead. Being very young, I got up and carried on and didn't think, it had done me much damage. For all I know, some of that damage may still be there. May still affect some of the things I do and some of the things I say.
I've broken all my toes, I've got a dodgy knee, I've busted both my ankles and bent my feet back round so they're next to my shins, broken my hand and my wrist, my collarbones 3 times, bashed my head, knackered my back. But it's all been worth it.
It's great. I love smiling, I love being happy and jovial, telling jokes, being the butt end of jokes, but hey, now I can do it with a mouthful of teeth and I'm really looking forward to it.
I've had crabs, they were good.
They got out of hand, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Ooh, hang on. Won't let anyone stick a thermometer.
Now it's a lot of talk, is what I find. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
No, because it's the animals, they don't talk
These
about
are because we haven't got much time left. Come on, I'm watching you. Half an hour's gone, you haven't done nothing.
I think it's good to work because you get dignity from it, and I've done all kinds. I've worked in a hotel. I worked in this hotel in Teignmouth, and I'd be there at night, and I'd work on the desk, I'd help in the kitchen, but I also clean toilets. And why not? I mean, I like different roles, and it just means I can channel the madness in different areas,
I really look forward to going to work because I really enjoy working with people that have got difficulties and struggles, and I feel like I can make a difference.
I think just on a personal level, yeah, I do prefer provide a valuable service to them, definitely. I mean, it's not necessarily painful, but sometimes it can be a bit uncomfortable, me sort of like pulling at their cheek sometimes to get right to the back of the teeth. So enjoy the end result. I think that's what they'd enjoy.
Teamwork. That's one thing about it I like. I wouldn't like to work on my own.
It's over 100, isn't it?
Well, it used to be more than 200.
We've lost quite a few.
Because we're all getting older now, look.
Early on, when you're young, you kind of get too excited and you use up so much energy getting nervous. As you get older, now that I'm older, you just try and stay nice. You try and stay calm. Go away.
Now, when I was very young and first went with the folks, if there was 4 or 5 hooligans, sort of standing in the way, they would be told to move. And God help them if they didn't move. They'd get a bite on the bum, and probably a smack round the ear hole with a cape, from the policeman.
The thing about being in a lab is you're your own boss. You're free to sort of run several things at once, and it's a very social atmosphere in many labs.
Yes,
and ours was a great place to work. And in some labs you can have music playing, because a lot of what you're doing isn't using your brain at the time.
They use mice, don't they, for things?
What, eyeliner?
It's not nice, really, is it?
What, lipstick on a Yorkshire Terrier?
Oh, no.
I think we should all be in clinical trials. We have a moral obligation. Fortunately, I've never been asked, but I take so many drugs anyhow. I am a clinical trial.
You cannot have an effective working police dog which is non-aggressive. As they get older, all they want to do is be the leader of the pack. It's their instinct. And every now and again, he probably just challenges me for the leadership of the pack. So every now and again we have a little tete-a-tete.
I feel that if I've given my best performance and it's a good one, then obviously I get the reward, the pat on the back, knowing that you've tried to do your best for your coach. They've given you the training, the least you can do.
I do define goals and targets, but then when you get going, it's fun. It's just good fun, really. It doesn't feel like work. It just feels like you're just being really silly.
So sorry. My job is, I'm in the entertainment business, so, I'm a singer, actress, whatever. That means I do a lot of traveling. I have to fly to different countries sometimes.
I'm all right walking on the flat and downhill, but I can't go uphill. As soon as I start to go uphill, I get chest pain. It starts to tighten up. But what I do, where I live, there's a downhill slope down to what they call the co-op. I walk down there and come back on the bus.
It can be stressful, yes, as a runner, because you strive to...
When we work in a factory, we are looked after, aren't we? We have the dentist, the chiropodist, chest x-rays, get all our injections done and everything, without even going out of the factory, which is good.
The ideal weather for me is dry, about 65 to 68, I'm perfect. Anything over that or under that, I'm struggling, especially in cold mornings. I shouldn't really go out in cold mornings. I've been told I shouldn't go out in cold mornings. I shouldn't go out in the wind. And also, I should, just do what I can do. And I'll say some days I can move mountains, the next day I can't do anything.
You start Monday, Tuesday, you do mornings. Wednesday, Thursday, you do afternoons. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you do nights. But I've done this, you don't know if you're coming or going. Every 2 days, you've got to change your sleep pattern. It's awful.
It is very repetitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
The foreman's always watching you.
But we couldn't
do.
wander about. We can't wander about. But if we make a mistake, then we will be severely reprimanded.
You hear about chefs being crazy. He was crazy. He would throw knives around. Thankfully, I didn't have a lot of dealings with him because I was, dealing on other sort of areas in the hotel, and I just kept out of his way. My friend got it in the neck.
I like that feeling of accomplishing something, but if I had the choice, I would rather not work and just have a really nice life. Yeah, I think sometimes you feel a bit like you're a slave to someone else, really.
If you work every day and you're doing something you don't enjoy, then life must be so miserable, and if you're doing something you don't enjoy, I don't know why you don't just give it up and do something you do enjoy, because, you may as well enjoy life because you don't live for very long, so you may as well enjoy what you're doing when you are working. And I really enjoy what I do, and if I ever did something that I didn't enjoy, then I'd give it up immediately and do something that I really did enjoy because I like to enjoy life,
I'm looking for a job of a sort of clerical nature, administrative perhaps, preferably to do with customer relations.
When I retire from racing, I don't even like to think about it. I feel that each day I can run, touch wood with injury-free conditions, then I'll run till I drop. Tactics are very important in a race.
I'm terrified of retirement. Terrified. I really like my work, and I don't want to retire now.
You can't be morbid, else you wouldn't be able to do the work. You've got to have a laugh and a joke. You have a joke, It's just you or them, isn't it? It is animal instinct there.
I think Feng Shui should be introduced to all office environments.
I'd like to have a go at trying to clean an elephant's tusks.
Can I just tell you something? That's not a human hair on the back of a mouse. That is one of the most grotesque misrepresentations that I know. It's a piece of cartilage shaped like a human ear, put into an epithelial covering. It's not a human ear.
What? I always insist on wearing my hat from my crackerdom.
I hate wearing my hat from my Christmas cracker. It really annoys me.
Yeah, but I make you wear it.
You don't.
But I want you to wear it this year, please.
I'm not wearing it.
Well,
Just annoys me. It gets me hot, flustered, and as I'm eating, I can hear a rustle in my ears.
Russell?
Yeah, I can. I can hear
We don't have a Russell in
the
our family.
paper on the hat.
Do you? Well, what if I made like a woolen Christmas hat that doesn't rustle? Would you
No,
wear
thank
that?
you.
Would you not?
There are things about Christmas, about midnight mass on Christmas Eve that I find unbearably emotional. There are Christmas carols or things that one hears traditionally at Christmas, and I tend not to hear these anymore. Try to avoid hearing them because I find them painful. I'm too easily touched.
9 to 12 is good. 12 birds are calling. How does the first line go? The first day of Christmas, my true love said to me, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, I can't remember that song.
On the 12th day of Christmas. Oh no, on the first. That's a good start, isn't it?
Straight into the end.
Oh, hang on, no, it just started with 12. Count down it.
The first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
A partridge in a pear tree, what do you think that's symbolic of?
Oh, I don't know, do I?
What, partridge, it's in a pear tree.
No idea. I mean, look at state of it. 5 gold rings.
No, just a minute.
Ladies dancing, Lord
No.
sleeping.
No.
A partridge in a pear tree. I've no idea.
You're leaping ahead.
I don't know.
A partridge in a pear tree makes me think about good target practice as you're trying to knock the partridge out of the pear tree. That's what it conjures.
Why would somebody want a partridge in a pear tree? A partridge in a pear tree, that's where partridges live, innit? In a pear tree? Do you know where partridges live? No. Shut up then. You have to take the man's word for it. Whatever.
Let's say a Christmas, my true love give to me a Oh, God.
Christmas. It's good because it's a long holiday. I don't have to worry about things for a few days. Or rather, I can worry about something different, like meeting my family.
Well, in my family, the habits are probably much the same as most families at Christmas, and they involve the large belly habit, followed by the large tumbler of alcoholic beverage habit, followed by the huge argument habit, followed by the early bed habit and the indigestion habit, and then the oh God, we've got to be here for another 4 days habit. And why did you buy me all this crap habit?
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
The doves.
I don't know what that's got to do with it, man.
Doves are supposed to be 2 doves who take one, and it's supposed to bring you good luck when the 2 doves come together and all that. I mean, you've seen stories on the telly about it. Yeah, that's supposed to be true. If you're a dove, it's supposed to be good luck. That's what they reckon.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Sorry, I had to cut it.
2 turtle doves. Some type of weird genetic experiment. I don't know. A dove and a turtle mixed together in some laboratory. I don't know.
See, 2 doves makes me think of target practice as well. I hadn't realised that I was so psychopathic, really. 2 doves conjures image of peace over Christmas. 2 white doves sitting in a tree. That's lovely, isn't it?
On the third day of Christmas, my true love said to me, French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. 3 French hens. Well, they're just hens that are French, aren't they, really?
Well, but I don't see the relevance.
That wouldn't be so good, 3 elephants, would it?
I said relevance, not elephants.
Oh, right.
And what do you think French hens are? Do you have any idea at all? Whatever.
3 French hens. Are they in the tree?
La patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, les tanglats sanglants élevés.
Yes. Well, they've flown from France a long way. They're not the 3 wise men.
No,
Or they might be.
I don't know. Sorry? You know, it's difficult to know, isn't it?
Oh.
How did the 3 wise men know that the North Star was going to lead them to something special? Well, no, the North Star is there, isn't it?
It's there.
It's there.
But go and find it. Go and
follow
find
it.
Find
Where's it going to take you?
The 3 kings brought gifts to the baby Jesus.
Yeah, frankincense, gold, and myrrh.
Yeah.
Not PlayStation, iPod, and I don't know. I can't think of a third one.
What are the 3 kings? I don't know.
On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree with lots of roast potatoes.
Now, if you opened the door and there was 4 birds calling, you'd say, who sent you?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah,
I ain't got a clue really what that's all about, that song.
And they'd say, well, your true love sent us round. We're just calling. See if you're okay. Everything's alright at Christmas. Do you need anything?
I mean, we never took the time out to look at it. I mean, that's the trouble with life, isn't it? There's so much to do, and there's so much to know.
Do you want anything? So, that's what that's about. 4 birds calling.
And the thing is, I mean, even these people that know everything, there's so much more they don't.
When you
even
get
know.
higher up in the song, it's like going sort of, you know, so many drummers drumming and things like that. I mean, what's that all about?
I mean, it could be anything, couldn't it?
On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 5 golden rings, 4 collie birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
It's also, I think Christmas is for children.
My fishing?
Children.
We go to sleep for Father Christmas brings some prints. He gets hungry and we leave a snack for him. Dough and some biscuits and some milk. That's all. So, I'm tired.
Did you not sleep very much last night?
No.
I love everything about Christmas. I love all the Christmas decorations.
It's just so sparkly and twinkly and lovely.
It's really relaxing. It is. It's lovely, actually.
Like the reindeer with its legs going and everything.
I love them. Kids love it, man. It's lovely.
Why do we have a Christmas tree?
Why are you talking about Christmas trees?
Yes.
Well, Norway were the first to start it, weren't they? Norway, that's where the Christmas trees come from originally.
Have you just made that up?
No.
Yes.
Just made
Yes, he has the little
Oh.
devil. Well, it's nothing to do with it. It'll have some religious meaning also.
Well,
of course it will.
was Saint
And we ought to be
Nicholas.
ashamed of ourselves because we
Saint
don't know.
Nicholas.
There was that Santa. Well, Santa as well. Santa comes.
Who's Santa? No, that's Nicholas.
So, if you want me to sing, right? Okay, you're recording.
All calling birds.
hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a
And what about the 12 Days of Christmas?
Oh, yes.
Do you know that?
Yes. Do you want me to sing it all? It'll take me forever.
So I get a little sniffly.
You come to interview me and you're allergic to dogs. No wonder you're feeling a bit sniffly. Oh dear, so funny.
12 Days of Christmas. I know it, but I don't know the words. No.
It's on the 5th day of Christmas. My true love gave to me 5 golden rings. Calling birds, 3 French hens.
2 turtle doves.
No. French hens now.
2 French hens. And
3 French hens.
3, is it?
Yeah.
3 French
3
hens.
French hens.
And
2 turtle doves.
and a partridge
in a pear tree.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 6 geese a-laying.
What's all that about?
Well, what they do, because they're not mammals, they lay eggs.
5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens. I don't remember any more.
6.
6 made singing. I think I might have made that one up. 6.
I know there are loads of leaping somewhere, but I don't know.
7 lots of leaping.
6 geese are laying.
We're just laying. We're
Yeah,
geese
man, just
and
hang in
we're
it.
Laying.
Yeah, man.
We
just-
are geese and we are just laying. 'Cause we're just laying.
You dig?
Yeah.
On the 5th day of Christmas, 4 calling birds, 2 French hens, 3... Oh, God, I missed it again. Thought I was getting a bit better, they were going down.
Because we always sing out of tune. If you're a foreigner listening to our songs, sounds out of tune, but it's not really. We are quarter pitch.
Are you sure?
Yeah! On the 10 days of Christmas, la 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 la. Geese are laughing.
1 brace of rabbits, 4 collie birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love said to me, 7 swans swimming, milking.
7 swans are swimming. As swans do.
Yeah, swimming as they do. Unless it's ice.
That must refer back to the sort of gamey type of thing, bearing in mind it's only royalty that are officially allowed to eat swans. Poor old swans.
I don't know if I've ever listened to the Queen give the Christmas message, but I presume she speaks in a silly voice and says a load of old guff.
This Christmas was awful, but next one will be better. I don't know, I'm doing German accent. I'm so bad at doing an impression of Her Holiness. But is it legal? Because I might get deported doing this, you know?
Enjoy your frozen food and your boring Christmas television, and think of us, sharing little tales of Christmas cheer. I hope you all have a lovely year, and, the end.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 8 letters milking.
They've made some out in the meadow. Some women in white tops and hay. Hay, lots of hay and cows. And more cows and maids.
Others.
Milking. Others. Ah, get my gun. Nurse, where's my tablet?
The 8 maids or the 6 maids milking, I think that's milking cows, like to feed.
Well, it's got to be, ain't it? What else
Yeah.
milk? Goats, I suppose.
Baby. milking their babies.
Yeah, but you're not milking the baby, would you?
No, but milking themselves.
Milking mummy.
It's a long song.
Four calling birds,
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and
9 swans are leaping.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 2 geese are like 5 gold rings on a partridge in a pear tree.
on the 10th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 10 lords are leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids are milking, 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 gold rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 11 pipers piping.
That would annoy you, wouldn't it?
Eleven maids are dancing, 5 pipe down, 10 drum to 8 maids are milking, 7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 4 collie birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
I don't know the words because that was one of the posh songs when I was a kid. Geordies didn't sing them sort of songs.
It's a nice song, and it always takes you right into Christmas, doesn't it, really? Do you like it? Or...
Yeah.
Maybe there is something magic about it that I'll rediscover when I get older, or when I'm slightly different. I always complain about Christmas, but I guess maybe I like it a bit.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Oh! On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 lords a leaping,
11 pipers piping,
10 drummers drumming,
5 ladies dancing,
8 maids are milking,
2 French hens,
6 geese are laying, 5 gold rings, 4 collie birds, 3 French hens,
2 pigeons.
We know it now, but we can't sing it.
I know bits of it, I just can't.
Can't put the
I
words
couldn't put the whole
together.
song together.
12 days, is it like the 12th night? Is that what it means? What's all that? It's like...
I don't want to go through all that analysing it.
I know it's late, but I think we need to bottom this
You
one.
can bog off, I'm not doing it.
We need to analyse it to the nth degree.
Change the subject, please.
4 calling birds. John, hold on.
Where are we going now? From the top? Hey?
I think a nice peaceful Christmas for everybody.
Peaceful Christmas, yes, I think we'll have a nice peaceful Christmas.
Yes, I think so.
My Christmas message to the world is love your family, love your friends, love your animals, and love life to the full, because life is so exciting and so enjoyable, and the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. Life's just so fantastic.
My Christmas message would be stop shopping.
My Christmas message to the world is speak to each other, talk, communicate. It's good to talk. It's great to have a conversation. If you talk more, I think there wouldn't be so many problems. And let's share the wealth. We all live on the same planet. We're all the same people.
love each other. Bling!
Don't worry, it's only going to be for a week or so, and then you can forget all about it till next year.
That song, It All the 12 Days of Christmas, I find it really irritating. The words are daft, 5 gold rings and all that.
Happy Christmas, everybody. Happy Christmas.
I don't think it's very sincere, did it?
Well, it was.
Happy Christmas and enjoy yourselves, and don't forget the true meaning of Christmas.
No. Just thinking about partridges.
Well, stop thinking about partridges.
Is it in danger as a species?
Can you be quiet now, please?
Is it edible? On the first day.